do you attribute Bud Dupree's career season this season?
I just think guys evolve, man. I think it's reasonable when a guy's in his mid-20s and he's healthy to play the best ball of his life. He has both youth and experience. And I think that's what you're looking at in the form of Bud Dupree, but I think you're looking at that, in the form of many potential people that you could cite.
All right, Bud Ba-Boom Dupree. Now, he put his mark, and I mean literally indented his helmet on that Miami tuna fish quarterback. You remember that hit. He blew him up on the sidelines, Bud Ba-Boom Dupree. And we thought we were going to see that out of Bud every single year. Well, finally, he has emerged to be the player. I was one, Mike, you know this. I had big confidence in Bud Dupree throughout the several years. He's literally gone from here to maybe an all-pro season right now.
Yeah, he's having a great year, and what helps is that defensive secondary. They're actually doing a great job covering, so it gives him maybe an extra half second to attack the quarterback, and then you also got T.J. Watt on the other side. So, those are two tough. They're not power rushers; they're speed rushers, and when you have that, and then you have Hayward coming up the middle. They got a great D-line right now.
And Hargrave, of course. Could you imagine if Tuitt was still healthy? All right, Mike, I've dubbed this defense, I've given them a name. The Dirty Dozen. Now go ahead and say Tank. Well, there's only 11 guys out there. Yeah. The reason I'm calling them the Dirty Dozen, it's become very apparent to me because NBC or whoever was CBS cut away a couple times, and there was Coach Tomlin calling the defense in, Mike. There's no more getting around. Go back and look at the game tape. It was Coach Tomlin calling the defense in.
Well, it's always been Coach Tomlin. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's got the card. He kind of hides it in his pocket a little bit. And what happens is he's calling it to Butler, and then Butler's relaying it into the linebacker.
Well, it seemed like it went from Tomlin to Butler back to Butler now. So hence the Dirty Dozen with the 11 outstanding players and Coach Tomlin. And again, he got into it a little bit in his press conference today. This cat's been around the game a long time now. Player, coach. He was with you up in Detroit, right?
Who?
Coach Tomlin.
Oh, he was the defense coordinator in Minnesota. Now, he
Minnesota.
He played in college. He didn't play in the NFL, though. But he's coached in the NFL, and he's coached underneath some great coaches. He coached under Tony Dungy, learned to cover the Tampa 2 defense, and he brought that to Minnesota. And then I think a lot of his success also came from coming to Pittsburgh. And even though he was the head coach, he had a great opportunity to learn the 3-4, the
Dick
LeBeau. So he had the Tampa 2 specialty, but the 4-3 defense. But then he got the chance to learn the 3-4. So now he's kind of filled out his entire playbook, and he can kind of do multiple things. And as a head coach, you're still learning, and you're still open to learning new things. And when you come in, you're learning from a legend like Dick LeBeau. You can actually really enhance your game instead of saying, no, I'm a 4-3 Tampa 2 guy, we're going to stick to that. No, let's go with it. Let me learn from that, and now we can add a little bit of my defense in. Okay, I learned the defense from Dick LeBeau, so I can go back and forth. So that is definitely helping. And now you get the pieces of the puzzle with the players as well. You got 11 first-round draft picks.
Yeah,
contributed to defense in the past so many years. So they need to be. They should have been playing like this the past few years, but
it's a perfect storm right now.
Guys, but now their defense is really stepping up, and the special teams is stepping up, and that's huge because you have a lot of injuries on offense. You don't have the star player, the star power that you used to have, and you're missing your Hall of Fame quarterback. So this is exactly what they need to do to be winning football games, and they're sticking with the run game as well.
The Dirty Dozen defense, 11 outstanding football players with, that amalgam of knowledge going on in Coach Tomlin's head, and you throw in Tom Scraps Bradley from Penn State, Terrell Austin, the Pitt Panther. You've got some great defensive minds, some great defensive players right now, and all this leads itself to one statement. It was brought up again in today's press conference. Defense wins championships. Coach Tomlin acknowledged that. If you know this great game of ours, Mikey, defense wins championships. So as we go in to get ready to lasso these Buffalo Bisons, this defense may eat very good on Sunday night. Now look, I liked Allen coming out of Wyoming. I liked this kid. I thought if there was a chance for the Steelers to get this kid, He's just a gunslinger. He's old school. If they can, he's got over 600 yards running this year. They need to contain him.
Yeah, you know, he actually reminds me of
Yourself? A young Mike McMahon?
No, a young Ben Roethlisberger. You know,
Ben Roethlisberger,
his
yeah.
size. I
Yep.
mean, he's tough to bring down. He's a big kid. He'll run you over too, and he's not afraid to do it. Especially with the quarterback being protected these days, you never know if they're going to slide or not. He'll slide sometimes, and then he'll lower the shoulder. So as a defender, it's kind of a rough situation when you're like, all right, I think he's going to slide right now. Then all of a sudden he lowers his shoulder and lays the boom on you. But yeah, they definitely have some design runs. He's mobile. He doesn't have the receiving core that Ben had when he was younger, but they have a great defense, and they're good enough offense to win football games, and they get some big plays from John Brown. Cole Beasley's been stepping up in that slot. You know, he's been down in Dallas doing it for years, and now he's kind of coming up and he's actually embracing more of that role. And you know, they got a great run game. So very much like the Steelers are trying to run the football and rely on their defense, that's what the Bills are doing. Heavy run, let their quarterback make a few plays. Now they're going to go down the field a little bit more than the Steelers do.
Yeah.
But to me, this could be a very low-scoring. Just
guess what? They got
old-school,
Joe Hayden
hard-hitting
back.
football.
Joe Hayden's waiting back there. Fitzpatrick's back there, man. And Edmonds and that Steelers vaunted dirty dozen defense, as I'm calling them. So go down the Strip District, get your Buffalo Bison steaks, and get ready to feast Steelers Nation on Sunday night.